UFC Fight Night Dern versus Ribas 2, is going down this weekend, this Saturday, man. If y'all want to tune in, I will be streaming the fights, giving commentary, giving analysis on the fights, my reactions, as well as, dropping some little live bets here and there. Make sure y'all tune in. I'll be live right when the first fight starts. But look, on this card, I think, there's a lot of guys making their debuts, first of all, which automatically is making me kind of stay away from a lot of the fights. And then you got a lot of heavy favorites, that I don't think should be as heavy as they are. So I'm staying away from a lot of this card in general. I actually only have three bets on this card. But quality over quantity is what they say. I'm not going to go out there and just bet a bunch of stupid shit for no reason. So yeah, man, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's hop right into the first one. The first one will be easily my favorite on the card. That's going to be Felipe Bues versus Jose Johnson to end by submission. Now, guys, this, to me, I thought this was going to come out and be maybe plus 100, right? I thought we'd be getting even money for this to happen, right? Because both guys have been submitted before, multiple times. Jose Johnson submitted 4 times. Bues has been submitted 2 times, okay? Look, when it comes to the grappling and the jiu-jitsu, I believe Bues is better, okay? He has flying arm bars on his resume, right? The guy is a black belt on the mat, and he is very dangerous on the mat with his submissions. He's going to be shooting takedowns here, but don't count Jose Johnson out of that, okay? Because the dude, while he might not be a black belt, while he might not have all these submissions on his record, he is a capable grappler, an aggressive grappler, okay? I went back to his fight with the Nurmagomedov, where in the 3rd round, he told his coaches, I can choke this dude out, okay? And while I don't think highly of Nurmagomedov, I don't think he's a good fighter. I think he's going to get smoked by Eryk. You don't typically say that about a very heavy grappler like Nurmagomedov. Jose Johnson did. And what did Jose Johnson do in that 3rd round? He got on Nurmagomedov's back, okay? So Johnson, very capable grappler and very aggressive submissions as well. He uses good sweeps, but he's not using sweeps to necessarily get up. He wants to get better position on you, right? I think a lot of this fight takes place on the ground, and it might be a heartbreaker because oh my gosh, I feel like there's going to be at least 3 or 4 submission attempts in this fight, minimum. And I definitely think we're going to get a finish by submission. I'm very excited for this one, guys. It could be a heartbreaker due to the fact that both these guys, could just fight off the submissions. But when you look at both of their submission defense, it's not the best. I've seen Bues been taken down, put on his back, and getting his back taken. So he is not the best defensive grappler. And Johnson, you could say the same exact thing. And I think we're definitely live for a submission here, without a doubt. I only see this fight ending by a submission, maybe a decision, no knockout, I don't think, but you never know in MMA. But I love this, man. Plus 220, you're getting a ton of value here. Definitely my favorite one on the card, easily. So that will be the first one. The next one will be the action man, Chris Curtis, plus 210. Now, Chris Curtis is underrated, and I know people say, oh, he's a crybaby. He is a crybaby, and he does whine, and he does complain. But he's a capable fighter. He's got a very outstanding skill set that I think is very underrated. When you look at his striking defense, it's top of the line, okay? He does not get hit with a lot of shots. He's rolling with shots. He has good defense, very good striking defense. You know what he also has is very good takedown defense, which I don't know how, big of an impact it'll have in this fight. But, if Kopylov decides to shoot, he won't get it. Chris Curtis is the best of the best with the takedown defense. You're not getting him down unless you're a very high-level grappler. I don't think Kopylov has that high-level wrestling at the moment offensively. Now, Kopylov, people are thinking he can, do this exact same game plan that Jack Hermansson implemented, where he danced around the octagon, picked him apart at range. Well, I do think that Kopylov is a faster striker than Jack Hermansson. I don't think he's not as long as Hermansson, and 2, he doesn't have as good footwork, okay? Kopylov, he's a good striker. He's very fast. He does not have that good of footwork, okay? He moves back in a straight line, and he almost crosses his feet when he's moving backwards. He rushes moving backwards, and I don't see him move vertically as good as, people will say, right? As well, this fight is in the Apex, okay? It's a smaller cage. that's going to benefit Chris Curtis, all right? And Chris Curtis, he does have trouble cutting off the cage because he is so shelled up in his stance. But, man, another thing you could say about this fight, the southpaw. Southpaw v. southpaw. That rear kick, one of Kopylov's best weapons, his go-to weapon to really hurt you to the head or the body with his kicks. The open stance, not going to be there again, okay? So you got a couple of things going in favor of Chris Curtis with the smaller cage, with the southpaw matchup that I think Curtis can do better than Kopylov in, okay? And for that reason, man, I like Curtis. I think he's going to wear on Kopylov, wear him down, as well as Kopylov. Let's not act like his dude could dance around the octagon for 3 rounds without getting tired. He would get tired. He will get tired if that's the game plan that he chooses. And I think Curtis is going to take advantage of it. I could see a late knockout, but I don't think that Chris Curtis is just going to get shut out in this fight and knocked out by Kopylov in the first round. I think Chris is going to make it a tough fight where he's going to be able to track Kopylov down eventually, slip and rip to the body, hurt Kopylov, and I think he might be able to get him out of there towards the end of that fight. I'm going to be going with Chris Curtis money line, plus 210. A lot of value on him. I like him to win this one. Next up, we got a 2-leg parlay, and that's going to be Uros Medic and Marco Tulio. Now, Marco Tulio, originally I was like, maybe I won't bet on him. But then I go look at Ihor Potieria, okay? Now, Ihor, he is a slick kind of striker with not much power on his punches, okay? Well, I do think that he is the more slippery, slick striker in this matchup. He doesn't have better technique on his boxing. He doesn't hit as hard as Tulio. And that backbone is Tulio can go right to the wrestling if he needs to. So the versatility of Tulio is making me like him a lot here, as well as Ihor. I don't know where the hell the guy trains, okay? I mean, I've tried to find his gym. I don't know what the fuck, where he trains, if he trains. I've seen him hitting pads on a basketball court, but I've never seen the dude training in a gym with a team. I don't know where the hell he trains, who his training partners are, but I don't think he takes his career that serious. So I will be going with Marco Tulio to win the fight because I think Ihor might do well in the first round. But as everybody knows, Ihor Potieria has the worst gas tank ever. He will gas out if the fight goes past 1.5. And Marco Tulio will be able to take advantage of that and get the finish late or get the finish early. I think there's a lot of different ways he can go about this fight. And I'm going to be picking him due to his versatility. I think he's better on the feet. I think he's better on the mat. I think he's got better cardio. I think he's stronger. I think he's more athletic. So a lot of things I think that Tulio is better than Ihor at. And I'll be picking him or matching him with my boy, Uros Medic, who is taking on Punahele Soriano, where I don't really understand why Medic is such a low. I mean, I really do think thought he would have been minus 300, really. Due to Punahele Soriano not being a good fighter. He's not a good fighter. He doesn't have anything on the feet besides a couple overhands. He does hit hard, I'll give him that. But when he's in front of a capable striker like a Roman Kopylov, he got fucking smoked, okay? And I don't want to hear this bullshit, oh, we moved down to welterweight and beat Miguel Baeza. Bro, Miguel Baeza? We're talking about Miguel Baeza that lost 3 fights in a row, all by finish. And the Miguel Baeza that's coming off, or took 3 years off and came back, that Miguel Baeza. Okay, I want to make sure we're talking about the same one here. I don't want to hear that, okay? He took Miguel Baeza down, and Miguel Baeza early on was looking for toe holds and knee bars, okay? Medic isn't doing that. Punahele Soriano, you might think of him as a wrestler because of his last fight. He has been the one getting taken down in most of his fights. And on the feet, while this is on the feet, the more precise guy, the slicker guy, the footwork, which is going to play a big factor in that fight, is going to be Medic. Of course, Punahele can catch him and put him out with the shots. He does hit hard, but I don't see it happening. Medic is a very capable striker. I love his footwork, and I think he's going to smoke. I think he's going to smoke Soriano. I think he'll get him out of there. He is very precise with his striking. Like I said, the footwork is on point with Uros Medic. I love him to win this fight, man. I really don't see him losing this. So, yeah, man, those are going to be my 3 bets. Hey, I want a clean sweep to start the year off. It'd be nice to hit a clean sweep on nothing over minus 200, right? We're seeing I got a plus 220, a plus 210, and a minus 120. I'm hoping to have a good week, start off the year hot. And, if y'all boys want to tune in on fight night. Make sure y'all come by, and we'll get everything going. We'll get some live betting going. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for me. I hope y'all boys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.